composition de départ de l'équipe de France. The starting lineup for Team France. Le numéro 49, number 49, Florian Hardy. Numéro 18, number 18, Johan Ovitu. Numéro 84, number 84, Kevin Ekfeuille. Le numéro 21, number 21, Antoine Roussel. Numéro 41, number 41, Pierre-Édouard Bellemare. Numéro 80, number 81, Anthony Reck. La composition de départ de l'équipe de Finlande. The starting line-up for Team Finland. Le numéro 70, number 70, Jonas Korpisalo. Le numéro 60, number 60, Julius Onka. Le numéro 55, number 55, Ate Otama. Le numéro 15, number 15, Miro Altonen. Numéro 51, number 51, Valtteri Fipula. Le numéro 20, number 20, Sébastien Ao.
Welcome to Paris. It's day number 3 of the 2017 World Hockey Championship. Finland against France. And Jonas Korpisalo gets the starting goal once again for the Finns. Allowed 2 goals on 24 shots. And his first starting is Belarus. And for France, it'll be Florian Hardy, the 32-year-old who backed up Cristobal Huet in the game last night. Hardy has appeared in 8 World Championships now for France. So Huet got the start in game 1 for France. Now sits in game 2. Lauri Marjamäki was the head coach of Team Finland for the World Cup and now here at the World Championship. And Dave Henderson in his 13th year behind the bench for the French national team. Played 21 seasons in France. He's a native of Winnipeg. So the Finns had a knee knocker in their opener against Belarus. Took a 2-0 lead. Belarus tying it up with a couple of goals. And the Finns won it late with a power play goal. And the French got behind against Norway, could never quite crawl back in the game.
Kind of a flat open for the French. They got behind 2-0. Stefan DaCosta made it 2-1, then it was 3-1, then it was 3-2, and there really wasn't much zip to the game until, well, I would say the latter half of the second period, and not the start that they were looking for here at home.
They finished 7th in their group last year. The French could not have been relegated last year because of the format that permits the host teams for the following year to avoid relegation. No such luck this year.
And they'll play without Stefan DaCosta, the former Ottawa Senator who had both of their goals yesterday. He's got the flu.
Lassi Kukkonen shaken up for the Finns in that opener against Belarus. Is out as well. Kevin Heckerfair back to pick it up. Now moved ahead to Antoine Roussel of the Dallas Stars. And as he steps across the line, the play is offside. Roussel, the most penalized player in the NHL over the last 5 seasons.
He's also got some game. He's got 12 goals this past year, and when his discipline is under control, he's a really effective player. Played 340 games as a free agent signed with the Dallas Stars.
Playing his 5th World Championship for France, Mikko Rantanen. Crisscrossing here with Veli-Matti Savainen. And it was he who scored on the power play, the game-winning goal in the 3rd period. Costa, the brother of Stefan, throws that ahead for Damien Fleury, but the pass misfires, and icing called against France.
In the 3rd period, as France was trying to come back, Teddy DaCosta had a couple of really good chances and couldn't convert. On the French bench, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare having a discussion with Laurent Meunier, and Bellemare was on the ice, killing penalties yesterday in the 2nd period, the entire period. He played almost 9 minutes in the 2nd period, most of it shorthanded. He took 23 faceoffs yesterday in the game.
Juha-Matti Aaltonen shoots it in now for the Finns. In the corner is Pierrella. Left Goes to the point. Hietala with a drive that's tipped wide by Juha-Matti Aaltonen. 2 Aaltonens in the game. They are not related. 2 Lionens, they are. They're brothers. Poked away by Nicolas Besch. And now played around by Sacha Trel. And here is Antonin Moravian. Hard to miss out there with that kind of distinctive beard. Now played in by Hannikainen. His centering pass and a penalty coming to France now. As Oscar Osala was spilled, it'll be Sacha Trel who goes off.
So Trail goes to the box, but the mistake is made right here on the wall. The French get within a foot of the player on the wall. The Finnish player's got the puck on the wall and they stop and they back off. Had they just taken another stride, they would have eliminated the play. That pass wouldn't have come across the front. There would be no tripping penalty. And so the Finns get the game's first power play.
Hietala plays it back to Billy Lionen. Here's Aho. A centering pass tipped right on. As Savinen got a stick on that.
Aho had a goal and assist in the first game. That's a really nifty little pass to Savinainen in the front of the net. Savinainen had the game-winning power play goal last night, as you mentioned, Gordon, the 3-2 win. Mostly everything is going to work out of the hands of Sebastian Aho here on the left face-off circle.
Belmar, though, wins that draw, and that clearing attempt went very high off the glass. Had that gone out, it would have been a penalty against France. Finland's 8-0 all-time against the French. Have only allowed more than 1 goal once at the World Championship. French are in the top group for the 10th consecutive year. So they don't have a deep player pool, but they grind away, get points when they should. And every once in a while, they surprise someone. Beat Canada a few years ago. Janine finds Belmar, and Pierre-Edouard Belmar sends it down the ice. Belmar was signed by the Flyers as a free agent out of the World Hockey Championship 3 years ago. Wore a letter for Philadelphia this year, was an alternate captain.
Become a nice piece for them. They signed him to an extension. They know what they get. Hard-working. He'll chip in a goal now and then. Excellent penalty killer.
And wearing the captaincy for Finland this afternoon with Kukkonen out is Valtteri Filppula. And Filppula has it now on the power play. Filppula drops it down on the goal line for Pierala. Back to Filppula. Think wide he goes and move the puck around as Juha-Matti Aaltonen sends it on goal, knocked away by Hardy. Filppula trying to find Miro Pierala. That's picked up by Pekka, and now a chance at the side of the goal from Filppula, and that's gloved by Hardy.
Well, Filppula had an assist in the opener. There's Florian Hardy, who was the backup yesterday to Cristobal Yue, and Yue was cut in the third period, something I've not really seen before, and he had all kinds of blood down the front of his jersey. You can't play with blood on his jersey. They cleaned up the cut. He went to the bench. Now they had to do something with the jersey, so the trainer ran to the dressing room and came back with the third goalie's jersey, Roman Keminar, who is the backup tonight. So Fleury finished as Keminar. It's really I've never seen it before, but it's the only other jersey they had, of course, that would be that size.
23 seconds to go in the Finnish power play. Aho wins the draw to Filppula. Back to Topi Jakala. Now backhanded out by Manavia. Korpisalo plays it around. And now brought out quickly by Miro Aaltonen. Think wide he goes for Ville Lionen. 2 shots on goal for the Finns in that first power play of the game. Still no score, 4 minutes in. Aaltonen works in. Waits and shoots, and Hardy got an arm on that. Ville Lionen plays it down to Filppula. Played back by Sebastian Aho. He got tied up. And Filppula tries to dig that free. It goes back to center ice. Hietala plays it back for Mikko Lehtinen. Aho works in. Being watched there by Nicolas Besch. Osala Drops it back for Lehtinen. Osula plays it back, and working in there was Finland's Markus Hannikainen. That's turned away, and back it goes the other way, and racing back is Jettinen. He's got Damien Fleury chasing him now. Fleury playing in his 8th World Championship, plays for Finland in the KHL, the Chinese expansion team in the KHL. Hannikainen works it free in the corner. Trying to drop that back, picked off by Roussel. And Roussel busts away with Bellemare. He falls at the line, and the play is offside. And Roussel shoots the puck after the whistle. That's going to be a penalty against Antoine Roussel. He was called for this last year.
It's a dumb play for
2 years ago, sorry.
Yeah, dumb play for him to make here. He carried the puck across the blue line. He's probably frustrated that he put Bellemare offside. I'm not really sure what he thinks here. I mean, this, look at him, sorry, yeah, right. You've shot the puck in the net, go sit in the penalty box. It's a bad play. He's put his team shorthanded here.
Yeah, 2 years ago, he was called for that. He just kind of tapped the puck into an empty net after a whistle.
But that was, you know, he tapped it. This one, he shoots it from 25 feet, and it's 3 seconds after the whistle.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Antoine Roussel. Anders Lee has scored in the power play for Team USA, leading Denmark 1-0 in Cologne.
Now, is this a 2 or this is a 10-minute misconduct?
Oh, so they won't be shorthanded.
And now Roussel misses most of the first period.
Wow.
That compounds it. Now the French lose Stefan DaCosta with the flu, so they lose their best offensive player. Now they lose one of their most aggressive players and a very important player for them in Antoine Roussel for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, first line winger, one of the few NHL players.
3 secondes de pénalité de conduite au numéro 21 de l'équipe de France.
So no power play for Finland. Meunier works ahead, drops it back, bench in, shoots, and a save is made by Korpisalo. Bellemare brings it back. Penalty coming now to Finland. Here's Bellemare. Long wrist shot. That was blocked. Rebound loose in front. Picked up by Meunier. And finally the Finns touch up. And the Finns will go to the power play, or the French will go to the power play as Ati Otama goes off.
Pretty brisk attack by the French right off the neutral zone face-off. They move the puck up quickly. Got a scoring chance as Meunier is able to get into the open ice. Besh comes in late. His shot is blocked, and here's the penalty on Otama as he wraps up Besh going to the corner, but a couple of dangerous chances. Korpisalo with that save on the point shot. So France will go to the power play.
Cost off the face-off, lost it to Filppula.
They were 0 for 4 against Norway last night.
Now Besh can't handle it, and Hardy forced to play as Filppula closes on him. Around he goes for Besh. And now Besh, who plays for Bordeaux in the French League, coached by former NHLer Philippe Bozon. And now Yannick Trail brings it across, but the play is offside at the finish line.
Of the places they'll miss Stefan DaCosta, the power play is one. He's a very dangerous player. Everything on their power play went through his hands yesterday, and now they'll have to attack this in a different way. There will be one of their shooters. That's Damien Fleury. You mentioned he plays in the KHL in Kunlun. 13 goals in 49 World Championship games. He can really shoot the puck.
He was number 2 in the German league in goal scoring 2 years ago. Kampainen slides that down for the Finns. And now Bellemare brings it out. Here Edward Bellemare across the line, and again offside on the power play.
Bellemare says, yeah, my bad. That puck's got to go into the zone. France has been offside 3 times the first 6.5 minutes.
Good crowd here this afternoon. The game starting just after 4:15 local time.
It's the biggest crowd we've seen here.
Yeah.
Get Roussel a new helmet.
He's got a long time to sit, serving that 10-minute misconduct. Johan Overtu, the New Jersey Devils, sends it in. Fired around by Hekfeld. At the point, Overtu winds and shoots, and Hardy makes a save on that. Hekfeld, or Korpisalo makes a save on that. Now the rebound, fired by Hekfeld. And Hietanen slams that down the ice, gloved down by Overtu. Signed a last year tournament by New Jersey, split the year between the Devils and their AHL affiliate in Albany. Moved in by Fleury, Belmar battling for it. Taps it back, takes a return pass from Overtu. Hekfeld. There's it down for Perrier, and a chance on the side of the goal, turned away. Hekfeld plays it back to Overtu. Lots of traffic, 30 seconds to go on the power play. Fleury. Back to Hekfeld. Plays it across. Belmar, a drive that was blocked by Lehtinen. Belmar back with it. Tried to play that across, and the pass was blocked by Jani Laine. Belmar back with it. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Fleury works in, shoots a long shot, punched away by Korpisalo. Now Perrier plays it down to Fleury. Hekfeld as the power play ends. Beats it back to Hekfeld. 3 shots on goal for France in that power play. Overtu a shot. Korpisalo save. And Belmar digging for it is turned away by the Finnish netminder. No score here in the first period. You're watching the 2017 World Hockey Championship live from Paris.
Allez, c'est à vous maintenant. Attention, les grands écrans, ça tourne.
Allez, c'est parti quand vous êtes dans la caméra. C'est à vous de faire le bisou. Kiss, 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 kiss. Oui. Voilà. Monsieur est ravi, hein. Il s'est pas fait prier. Pas mal, messieurs, bravo.
Allez, un bisou. Allez, la Finlande, un bisou.
Back here in Paris, day 3 of the World Hockey Championship. Game 2 here earlier today. Canada beats Slovenia 7-2. Later tonight, Norway takes on Switzerland. In Cologne, Russia pounded Italy 10-1.
6 for 6 on the power play. That's a pretty good day. That'll carry your percentage for a while. The Italians are going to have to kill off about 43 in a row to get their percentage somewhere decent.
6 for 6 is tough to do against air.
Yeah, that's a pretty good day.
And later tonight in Cologne, Latvia will take on Slovakia. Juha-Matti Aaltonen snaps that pass rink wide for a diving Sebastian Aho. The pass out of his reach and actually called against the Finns. Finland had a bad World Cup. Lost all 3 games, outscored 9-1.
Goal scoring's become a problem for them at various events. Their World Junior team went flat, no offense. Of course, not having Patrick Laine and Jesse Puljujärvi probably had something to do with that.
Aho, yeah. They had a full first line in the NHL.
And as you mentioned, nothing at the World Cup. Even in that first game here, they had the 3 goals against Belarus, but they didn't generate a whole lot.
Off the draw, Fleury whips that wide. Jonathan Janil with a quick shot. Korpisalo sweeps that away. Now racing up to keep the play alive is Damien Rowe. And the long shot by Trail is stopped by Korpisalo.
Tashi Trail had a hat trick last year in the tournament. He had 3 goals against Hungary in a 6-2 win. He and his brother were on the team. His brother not on it this year. York not included on the French roster. They've gone with some younger players this year. Florent Douay, for example, is a 22-year-old forward who was impressive yesterday.
Jordan Perret now loose behind the Finnish goal. Perret.
Another youngster, just 21 years old.
And Perret with the steal takes it away from Jakala. Try to center it, that pass knocked down. Moved by Ovechkin, and that'll be another icing call against the Finns. Of course, you mentioned the Finnish problems at the World Junior Championship compounded when the players basically mutinied and got the coaching staff fired.
Well, this is what I would say about that. If a bunch of teenagers think that the style you're playing is wrong, and as a group they decide to make that statement, then if I were the management, I would go, we got a problem. If the kids will normally go along, they couldn't do it anymore.
No.
It was really shocking to see as they've had such a good run.
Two of the top 4 picks in last summer's draft were Finns. Long shot by Ovechkin, turned away by Korpisalo. Now Bellemare with it. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Drops it off for Meunier. And now Ovechkin plays it back in the corner and finds Resch. Anthony Resch. Back in the corner for Bellemare. Echefoil a long shot. Korpisalo makes the stop, but there's no rebound.
That's a good save for Korpisalo. A 3rd-round pick in 2012. He was able to win the backup job behind Sergei Bobrovsky this year. He started as the backup. He got sent down. Anton Forsberg got a chance. Then Forsberg was sent down. Korpisalo was called back up, and he took that job and stayed the rest of the year. Calder Cup trophy winner last year. He and Forsberg split the goaltending duties, and tends to get a little sloppy at times, a little movement, a little active in the net.
Nicholas Ritz broke his stick for the French. He's probably back into play now, and a long shot taken there by Manomian. Stopped by Korpisalo. He'll hang on to that.
Pretty good run here the last few minutes for the Finns. Actually, after Roussel took, for France against the Finns, after Roussel took that 10-minute misconduct, they've been aggressive. They've almost like they kicked their game up a little bit here. More energy, more aggression.
French have had the last 8 shots in the game.
The Finns just haven't been able to match it.
The Costa battles for that face-off. Trail comes in for it. Juha-Matti Aaltonen's pass goes off his skate. Trail almost broke in, and Hietman plays it away from him. Now Besh turns it over. In comes Kemppainen, lifts that high and wide. Kemppainen back with it, the former Boston Bruin. Leaves it down for Juha-Matti Aaltonen. Now the centering pass. And Jakala turned away in tight by Hardy. Now Hietman in a shot that's tipped high and wide. And the puck goes up and out of play.
Oh, Teddy DaCosta deflected that last shot about 2 feet in front of Fleury. It went up over his shoulder, or over Hardy, went up over his shoulder into the netting. Juuso Hietinen is a player that is noticeable for the Finns. He's a little defenseman who skates with the puck well. He makes a great first pass, had an excellent tournament, 4 assists last year in St. Petersburg and Moscow, and 12 goals this year for Dynamo in the KHL. He's a good player, can play at this level, needs the big ice, I think, to be most effective. Keep you out of traffic a little bit.
Julius Honka swings back, the defenseman who plays for the Dallas Stars in the NHL. Leaves it there for Filppula. And for Miro Aaltonen, but the play's offside at the French line.
There's Val Filppula, 1 year left on his contract, traded from Tampa Bay to Philadelphia at the deadline.
Waived or did not waive his no trade clause for some other teams, but elected to go to Philadelphia. The Flyers want him back next year. The concern for Filppula, according to the last year of a deal, is he might get bought out or have his contract parked in the American League. Olivier Damalka plays it around, but knocked down by Filppula. And Filppula now plays it across for Honka. Filppula, a Stanley Cup champion with Detroit back in 2008. Lettinen fires it down. Couple of bump there by Janine. Aho back with it now. Sebastian Aho, little cold shoulder there to Belmar. And Dan Malka plays it around for Janine. Of all the places you could play hockey in your life, Bordeaux would be okay.
Yes, that would be just fine.
One wonders if the water bottles come with wine in them.
Doesn't even have to be good from there, does it?
No.
We have a little more exploring to do on that front. We've been in the arena far too much so far.
I'll see what I can do about that.
I got news for you. It's not you. It's not for you to do. It's whatever that piece of paper tells us we're doing.
Ekefeld with it. Got flushed there and bumped hard by Oscar Ocelot. A lead pass for Sacha Trail, who plays it in. France, another country, Ray, where if you want to be a hockey player, it's a pretty big sacrifice. There's not a pot of gold in the French domestic league. I'll turn it over. Ritz has it back and flips that down to the finish zone.
It's one thing to have to go somewhere else to play. Most players will do that. It's when they have to go to 2 or 3 different places to try and find somewhere that they can call home. You often see players playing in 3 or 4 different leagues in a rather short time frame.
And in shoots, and the save is made by Hardy. No score here in the first period. Back to the World Hockey Championship in a moment.
Et attention, car dans quelques instants, une vague qui essaie de partir depuis un petit moment, on va tenter d'aider les collègues.
Et maintenant, ça part pas, ça va partir d'ici. Allez, sur ballon, fais-le, on est tous ensemble. Allez, maman, ça va partir pour là. Allez, elle part, on a un record de stade autour. Un record de 24 tours, on y va.
No score here in Paris, in Cologne. Clayton Keller has scored for Team USA, a 2-0 lead on Denmark in the early going. Format pretty straightforward, 2 groups of 8. The top 4 in each group advance to the quarterfinal. The bottom team in each group is relegated. Next year, Austria and Korea will join the top group. Poke free to Florian Douay. His long shot stopped by Corpusalo. Brought back the other way by Pierrella. Mika Pierrella flips out in the corner. Now Pierrella back with it behind the goal. Centers it. Campagna's shot knocked away by Hardy. Pierrella back with it. Yettinen lost the puck to Campagna. Works that through and drops it back to Yettinen. He got pumped there by Perret. Now Mikko Lettinen plays across for the Finns. Yettinen back on it. Just out of Pierrella. Now with time, now Malka sends it back to center ice. Douay pumped there by Lettinen. At the line, helped by Overture. A rolling puck shoots. It goes off the leg of Douay. Now a steal by Belmar. Belmar centers it. And kicking at the puck there was Anthony Resch. Couldn't get a shot away. Overture now sends it ahead. And Saakashvili can't hold the line for France. Overture to Florian Saakashvili. In comes Resch with it now. Shoots it, rattles off the glass. Resch back with it. Banks it back to Overture. Rossi goes to Hector, the centering pass, bouncing around the front, loose puck. Belmar shoots, scores! Perry with Belmar gives France the lead.
Jonas Korpisalo was sitting on his backside, held up his hands in the air, like what am I supposed to do? He had Miro Aaltonen and Ati Ultima sitting on his legs. Really good work again. The French finally get something to pay off as this puck is tipped to the front of the net. Look at the two. You're looking for your defensive help. Well, it's on top of your lap. I don't know how much help this is. Ultima and Aaltonen have Korpisalo pinned, and Edward Bellemare is going to take the rebound. Got all kinds of time, and he roofs it up over top of Korpisalo, and the French have a 1-0 lead.
And they'll get Roussel back in about a minute and a half from that 10-minute misconduct. Anakainen works in. Drops it off to Osala. At the point, Billy Lyon with a shot that goes wide off the end boards. Topi Jakla moves in. Plays it back to Osala. Now Billy Lyon, a long shot, goes off the leg of Manovian. Besh kicking it free. Anakainen trying to move it ahead. At the line, left it on a shot, goes off the stick of trail. Up and on a play, 4:54 to go here in the period, and Antoine Roussel has done his time.
Hekafeel shoots this puck. It's deflected once. Rek gets a stick on it, and then Pierre-Edouard Bellemare is able to hold the puck, and he's got enough time to elevate it because the two Finnish players are sitting on the goaltender. No chance for Korpisalo.
Valentin Clairot brings it in now for France. Clairot knocked down, and Mikko Rantanen has it back now for Finland. Rantanen lines there with Jadil. They go hard into the corner. Now racing to it is Raw for the French. Couldn't knock it down to the line, held by Honka. Julius Honka swings it across to Lehtinen. And Lehtinen behind the goal for Rantanen. Gonna poke it across for Savanainen. Now Savanainen back with it. Back at the point, Honka right in the line, kept it alive. And Honka works in. Julius Honka with time. Walks right in, shoots, and Hardy makes the save in tight, pounces on the rebound and holds it long enough to get a whistle.
Great play by Julius Honka. He shows all kinds of boldness to walk across the blue line where there's no real room. Treo has got him almost hemmed in, but now he's going to hold the puck. The number 14 pick in the 2014 draft by Dallas is below the goal line, and he darts back out to the front of the net to sweep a shot on Florian Hardy. Had his first NHL goal in 16 games this year with the Stars after 31 points in 50 games in the American League.
Pretty good play for Swift Curtin in the Western Hockey League. Scored 16 goals for the Broncos. Drafted in the first round by Dallas in 2014.
Came over for his pre-draft year.
Honka shoots again. That's blocked by Bellemare. He's away with Roussel. And Resch. And now a sharp angle shot by Roussel. Goes wide. Hekafeel back at the point for it. Swings it across to Ovichuu. Ovichuu shoots. That goes wide. So what few NHL players the French have are on the ice now as Pierrella comes in and lifts that wide. Juha-Matti Aaltonen down low. Pierrella pokes it across. Ovichuu trying to get there. And does as he banks it off the boards. Billy Lyon with it. Shots are 11-7 in favor of France. Been good here in the first period.
It's been an excellent period. They played a little more aggressively in the third period yesterday, but really they didn't get anything going against Norway. This is by far their best stretch of play in the 4 periods of the tournament.
Now, we got a slashing call right at the French bench.
Somebody in the bench got the penalty.
Yeah. And it'd be Morin Bouvet who goes off.
Bouvet is a 20-year-old. He's one of the young players that was added to the team. There's the penalty. Fortunately for him, that little slash broke his own stick. Always a telltale sign when you don't have a cue to play with.
So Finland back on the power play. Had 2 shots in their first. Savanainen for the face-off. The face-off is won that time by Meunier.
Oh boy.
And now another penalty coming to France. A high sticky call, I believe. And Manavian's going to go off. This will give Finland a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 54 seconds.
Oh. Just following through on the backhand there.
So here's a difference in the NHL and the IIHF. In the NHL, if you're following through on a shot or a pass, it's not high sticking. In the IIHF, it can be.
I think it only should be if it's reckless. You know, if you're following through and it's a reckless follow through. I mean, there he's just backhanding the puck out of the zone. I have a tough time with that penalty.
Well, here's a 2-man advantage now for the Finns.
Almost the full 2 minutes. Norway had a 5-on-3 yesterday. These are the guys that the French went with. Roussel Bellemare and Jonathan Janil.
Now Bellemare gets shown out, so Roussel will have to take the draw. And Filppula to take the draw for the Finns. Johnny Gaudreau scored for Team USA. First period's over in Cologne. They lead Denmark 3-1. Can't get his face-off going.
He needs to drop it in the circle. You might have heard that at one point.
Miro Aaltonen takes the return pass from Juha-Matti Aaltonen. And here's Aho with it, Sebastian Aho. Juha-Matti Aaltonen takes the return pass and feeds it back to Aho across for Miro Aaltonen. In comes Aho, shoots, and Hardy gets an arm on that. Juha-Matti Aaltonen plays it around for Filppula. Here's Aho with it. Plays it across to Miro Aaltonen, down to Filppula. Back for Aaltonen. Crisscrossing there with Aho. Miro Aaltonen back for Aho. Filppula sends it back across. Pirella trying to reach it. And now Juha-Matti Aaltonen gets the shot away, and Hardy gets the pad down to knock that away.
Really curious alignment here by the Finns. They only have one-timer set up.
In comes Aho with it now. Aho waits, drops it down to Filppula. Trying to find Juha-Matti Aaltonen on the back door. Aho now crisscrossing with Miro Aaltonen. Sends it there, and the pass right on. Filppula takes a shot. Hardy makes the save. The puck loose. Hardy's down and able to hang on as Aho goes cartwheeling through the Finnish crease.
Finns need another right-handed shooter out on this power play, so they've got another option. It's a terrific play as Juha-Matti Aaltonen gets this across to Filppula. Hardy makes the first stop, and Roussel's line in the crease to help him out. The Finns twice have used this play. That's that high tip. In the first power play, they zipped it through to Savanainen, this time to Pirella, both off of Sebastian Aho passes, both turned away by Florian Hardy, who's looked sharp in this start.
50 seconds to go in the first French penalty. Can France hang on here? Billy Lyonen plays it across. He had the drive that was blocked by Jordan Perret, and Perret broke his stick on the block, so now it's a 5-on-2.5. Billy Lyonen works it across to Mikko Rantanen. Back to Lyonen.
Oh, what a block.
That hit Perret. No choice but to block that with no stick. Now Rantanen works in. Shoots at the goal post. And the puck goes over the glass off the post. And now Meunier
doesn't know the rules.
Yes.
That's what the problem is. He's losing his mind there that the puck's up in the netting, but it hit the crossbar and went up into the netting. What a block here after the stick was broken by Jordan Perret. He's now got to stay into the play to block this shot. He does, and here's Mikko Rantanen's shot. Oh, you know what? I apologize, Laurent Meunier. This hit Korpisalo before it went off the crossbar.
Filppula. Wins the face-off back to Billy Lyonen. Slaps it down to Filppula. Final time now, this first penalty. Aho plays it across. Billy Lionen's shot is blocked by Janil.
Great job by the French on this penalty kill.
On comes Bouvet. Side of the goal, here's Filppula with it now. And on comes Manavian. And the French survive a 5-on-3 for nearly 2 minutes. Now Hardy gets shoved in. And the face-off will come outside. 4 shots on goal for the Finns on that power play.
At least 4 blocks scored too. I mean, what an outstanding penalty kill here as Florian Hardy makes 4 stops. The French penalty killers do a fabulous job in front of him. And then Pierre-Alain ends up shoving the net off with the help of Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. So the face-off will come to the neutral zone. Hardy having a discussion here with the official. It's like a mask problem. 11 up, 11 down for Hardy so far.
Yeah. 41 seconds to go here in the period. And DaCosta will step in for the draw. Pretty good first period for the French. They get a goal from Bellemare. Roussel gets a 10-minute misconduct to survive that, and then they weather a 2-man advantage for nearly a full 2 minutes. Annikainen plays it back in front of backhand shot. Hardy down. Oh, what a save! What a stop by Florian Hardy.
Osala still has his hands in the air.
He can't believe it.
He just turned to the ref and said, go check. He thinks this went into the net. If not, we've just seen the save of the tournament, and it's not going to be...
Oh
my goodness. That's the save of the tournament. If there is an award, wrap it up and give it to Florian Hardy.
My goodness.
What an unbelievable effort. That puck does not go in the net. And Osala is standing there with his hands in the air. He thinks it's in. Just an amazing save.
Osala just shook his head in disbelief. We're going to look at it. Hey, it's a save worth seeing again.
Everyone's going to get another look at it. And here it is, Osala off the rebound. And Hardy, a diving stop. The paddle of his stick stretched as far as he could go to make the stop. That's save 12, save 13. Should get a bonus mark. Oh.
Hardy plays for Dornbirner in the Austrian league. You mentioned he's been a long-time member of the French national team. It's his 8th World Championship for them.
Hasn't played a whole lot, but has done well when he's been in the net for them. The 32-year-old makes a spectacular save. Look at Osala, he still can't believe it. Maybe it's in, I'll keep my arms up.
He just stared at the net for a good 5 seconds afterwards.
Not really sure what they could be looking at here. We've already seen it from almost every conceivable angle.
Osala making the phone signal, the universal signal for please check it.
It's either that or he's putting the call into the bullpen. Like seriously, we get on our officials in the NHL about needless reviews. How many times can you look at that? Maybe the referee's a fan too, and he likes it. He's got to wait for somebody to give him the all clear, but...
Marcus Linda is the Swedish official who's on the headset. The other referee is Brett Iverson from Canada today. So the problem we're told is the monitor's not working between the timekeeper's bench. He hasn't seen it yet. That's the issue.
Well, they got a big clock up there. They've run it 6 times.
Seconds to go here in the 3rd period. talking over, and the crowd getting restless now. There is a video review official here upstairs.
Well, he should just tell them that it's not in. Because if they're waiting for the iPad or whatever they're using there to reboot, it might be a while.
All right, here we go.
Upon video review, the puck didn't cross the line. No goal.
Yeah, it didn't. It should have, but it didn't.
One more time.
Aside from the Dominic Hasek scorpion save where he shoots up the leg,
Yeah, that's...
does it get any better than that?
No, I mean, the scorpion save was amazing. That was outstanding by Hardy.
Ekefeld with it now as the time winds down here in the first period. Antti Pilström tries to dig it out. And time expires here at the end of an amazing first period for France. They survive the 10-minute misconduct to Roussel. Bellemare scores a goal. They weather a nearly 2-minute 5-on-3 and then get a save for the ages from Florian Hardy. A lot going on here in Paris. Our first intermission coming up. You're watching the 2017 World Hockey Championship on TSN.
Les arbitres ont sifflé la fin de cette première période. 145 km/h pour le palais le plus rapide. Et vous allez voir les statistiques de cette première période. C'est beau pour la France. Les shots on goal joués partout. 17 réponses sur les face-off et 16 buts de pénalty pour la France. Ça c'est pas du tout bien contre la France. On peut annoncer le résultat au moment à tout.
Okay, here we go. Canada scores 7 goals against Slovenia, and Ray, 5 of them come from players who are 21 years of age or younger.
Well, there was a lot of talk about the youth of this team and the energy that those young players would be able to provide. And that's great if they have energy, but you need some production too. And they've certainly got that in the first couple of games. In the second game against Slovenia, though, it really jumped out off the page. Nate McKinnon had a hat trick. One of the goals, a power play rocket that he scored off a pass from Mitch Marner. Marner had a goal as well in that second period, and Braden Point had a goal in the first period. He sent Travis Konechny, the third member of that young line, in on a breakaway as well. Those young guys have been outstanding in the early going for Canada.
Some of the old players not bad too. Forgot his name. Tyson Barrie, right? Yes, right. Why? Oh. Okay, Barrie had 4 points, right? 4 points for Barrie. Yeah.
Goal and 3.
Yeah, sorry. Canada scores 7 goals against Slovenia, and Ray, 5 of them come from players 21 years of age or younger.
Well, we'd heard a lot about how this Canadian team was going to be heavy on the youth this year. They had been quite a veteran presence over the last couple of years when they won back-to-back gold medals. It's nice to be young and talented, but you have to produce too. And certainly in the second game of the tournament against Slovenia, those young guys really jumped off the page. Nate McKinnon had a hat trick. One he jammed in from the front of the net. One, he put a rebound in from Claude Giroux off a little breakaway, and then a gorgeous shot on the power play. Mitch Marner had a goal and an assist and seems to be enjoying playing on the big ice. He got the puck and he's dancing all over the place. Braden Point had a goal and then set up Travis Konechny for a breakaway as well that Konechny didn't score on. Those young guys have been dynamic and they've been productive in the early going.
Some of the old guys not bad either. 25-year-old Tyson Barrie had 4 points, a goal and 3 assists in the game. Canada's now won 21 of its last 22 games of the World Championship. Next up, Belarus on Monday.
Yep.
Eh bien écoute, là nous sommes à 1-0, en tout cas ici à Paris et à Cologne, ça se passe comment?
Ouais, ça marque un petit peu plus et les États-Unis ont fait le show en première période avec 3 balais au fond des cages, 3 buts et un seul pour le Danemark, mais voilà, on espère de nous ce balai d'avance. Donc ce but d'avance, on va garder encore un petit peu dans la deuxième période et dans la troisième c'est possible. Toujours un but d'avance, on va aller chercher une première victoire.
En tout cas, vous les remerciez, l'ambiance à l'intérieur de cette arena est top du top, vous faites beaucoup de bruit, il y a les houlas, il y a les bleus, il y a la on adore. Et puis on va continuer sur ce rythme, tout le temps, ça revenir, voilà,
juste à côté. Ça chante, ça polo popo popo, ça fait la fête. Hein. C'est parti, on est en dance cam?
Ouais, allez la dance cam, allez DJ, balance-nous des watts.
Le Canada, le champion du monde en titre actuellement, les Fidjiens sont en retour dans les championnats du monde en 1977 à Vienne, en Autriche. Et à l'occasion, après avoir boycotté entre-temps 2 Jeux Olympiques, ceux de Sapporo et d'Innsbruck, eh bien, ils ont été faire bonne figure pendant ces championnats du monde pour leur retour. Nos amis canadiens qui caracolent avec 2 victoires.
Let's switch in English now for an international fun. A little bit you know history, guys. Canada, which was not represented in the World Championship for 8 years, having withdrawn to protesting the absence of its professional hockey players, made its great comeback in 1977 in the World Championship in Austria. Why? Because they were boycotting 2 Olympic Games in the meantime, the 1972 Olympics in Sapporo and Innsbruck. I'm sure you didn't know this, you guys.
Allez, un dernier petit. Le record de but, par exemple, on est à 10 dans ce championnat du monde pour l'instant, du côté allemand, mais marqué par l'équipe de France, c'était lors du match international, qui est établi donc pendant le mondial C, ce record en 1983 à Budapest. Eh bien, regardez le score, énormissime, 24-1 contre la Corée du Nord. Ça s'appelle plus de fessée, c'est une rouste complète. Hein.
Allez, on a encore quelques minutes, 2 minutes 30 avant le départ de cette deuxième période. Pour parler du programme officiel, pour avoir évidemment tout le calendrier de ces 15 prochains jours et pour avoir les souvenirs à la maison, on peut acheter ça dans les boutiques officielles.
Oui, dans les boutiques officielles et puis dans les boutiques officielles à billetterie également. Si vous êtes avec nous sur le match qui arrive juste derrière sur le troisième match du jour. Et bien surtout, vous sortez bien par la porte C pour être sûr de pouvoir revenir ensemble.
C'est avec nous. Évidemment, 20h15, le match ce soir, c'est la Norvège contre la Suisse. À 20h15, c'est Porto-Vraiment, une heure avant, si vous n'avez pas oublié, vous pouvez toujours les acheter tout à l'heure. DJ, écoute, on est à un peu moins de 2 minutes. On va pousser un peu l'ambiance, les gars, et Laurent. On t'écoute.
À nouveau, du bon son pour vous. À la dernière partie en musique.
Les arbitres qui reviennent sur la glace, les athlètes sont prêts dans le couloir. Vous allez faire du bruit pour votre équipe. Avec la Finlande qui revient sur cette patinoire. Finland fans, make some noise!
Allez, deuxième période. On fait toujours le point sur les supporters. On sait qu'ils sont nombreux également du côté finlandais. Finland fans, are you here? Ils sont bien là, nos amis finlandais. Attention, supporters de l'équipe de France, vous êtes là?
Florian Hardy, a big part of the story for France in the opening period of this hockey game, turns in the save of the tournament and helps hold off the Finns on a long 5-on-3 period. Edward Bellemare scores their only goal, and France has a 1-0 lead after the opening 20 minutes.
Certainly a far more spirited period for them than their 3-2 loss in the opener against Norway, where I thought Norway outworked them and were able to push them around the ice a little bit. Bellemare's goal was the result of some really good work for 5 or 6 minutes by France in the Finnish zone, where they forechecked and held the puck in the zone. Eventually Bellemare was able to take a rebound and give the French the lead.
And meanwhile for Finland, the curious case of Jesse Puljujärvi continues. The 4th overall pick in last summer's draft is dressed for 2 games. He has yet to take a shift in either one of them.
Happy birthday to him too.
19 today.
Not had 1 shift in 4 periods.
Strange.
It's not like they're lighting up the board. They get on that power play. We were mentioning earlier, Gord, they've got a 5-on-3 with 4 left-handers on it. They need a right-hander to shoot. You mean they can't find a spot to even ease them into the game there? I'm quite surprised.
Antoine Roussel goes racing to that puck, chips it back in front, knocked away by Filppula. Miro Aaltonen lost it. Fired wide there by Anthony Resch. Julius Honka winds in. Honka still with it. Plays it back at the point. Topi Jääkelä flips that wide of the goal as Aho goes to it. Sebastian Aho banks it back to Jääkelä. Long shot, gloved by Hardy, and he'll hang on.
Florian Hardy stopped 11 shots in the first period. He was really solid, made a couple of stops on deflections in front of off the Finnish power play, but none of his 11 saves was better than this one. Oscar Osala still can't believe that Hardy was able to rebound and make that incredible stick save late in the period.
We're told that Puljujärvi is a healthy scratch for the Finns. He's listed on their roster. Finns are without Lassi Kukkonen, their captain, who was injured in their opener against Belarus. Now Rantanen pulls it out. Pilstrom centers it, that's tipped wide. It's Savanainen. Now back from the point. Lehtinen shot, scores! Mikko Lehtinen blasts one home, and the Finns have tied the game at 1.
Big goal for the Finns here is 90 seconds into the second period. Mikko Lehtinen is able to beat Florian Hardy from the blue line. Good work as Pilstrom chases down this loose puck. Savanainen is in front of the net to provide the screen, and Lehtinen walks into this, goes all the way through. Rantanen, Savanainen, Teddy DaCosta standing all in front of Fleury and Hardy. The puck works its way cleanly, and it's 1-1.
Pierala throws it ahead for Kemppainen. And Kemppainen centers it. A quick chance there. Fired wide by Juha-Matti Aaltonen. Aaltonen alone in the slot. Just missed.
Goal for Team Finland, stop point number 4. Lehtinen assisted by number 41.
Pierala. Rink wide pass, and Juha-Matti Aaltonen another shot. That goes up and over the glass.
Mikko Rantanen is knocked down, and Antti Pilström follows the puck that bounced off of Rantanen's stick. Pilström picked it up on the other side of the net, and Lehtinen's shot goes clean from the point and in, and it's 1-1.
Honka across to Otama. Rink wide pass to Billy Lyonen. His shot drifts wide. And Billy Lyonen had that pass disrupted and race for it now. Sasha Troil. And Otama hustle back and pick up that loose puck away from him. Now Lyonen back with it. Billy Lyonen works in and fires that wide of the goal. Hextad trying to deflect that away. Now it's scooped up in the corner by Osala. Yakula sends that in front. Filppula got a tip on it, but it was blocked. Over to hit to Valentin Claude. Now Yakula plays it around. In comes Filppula. Drops it back to Osala. Shoots. That's off a stick. Up and out of play.
Finn's a little more jump here out of the gate in the second period. They've got the equalizing goal and had all of the puck possession in the first 3 minutes of this period. There's Oscar Osala, who scored in the first game. Thought he had his second of the tournament with 25 seconds left in the first period, but Fleury and Hardy made that acrobatic, dramatic stop. Former Washington Capital. Osala was in the Washington system for 3 years.
Manavian plays it around. And racing back is Yakula. Topi Yakula. Finds Filppula. He drops it back. That was almost picked off by Roussel. And now Roussel does dig it free. In comes Antoine Roussel. Works it down to Belmar. Belmar pivots back. Manavian winds and shoots. Blocked in front. Roussel centers it. And Aho knocked that down. Yakula to Aho. Lines into the French zone. Aho plays it across. Filppula shoots. That's tipped wide by Yanil. In comes Sasha Trail. Shoots. And Korpisalo makes the stop there. A backhand shot. That's turned away as Fleury got the shot away. Now Aho back with it. Back down to the French zone where Hardy's out to play it. Down by Lehtinen. Now held to the line by Damian Rowe. Shoots! And Korpisalo sweeps that away. Antti Pilström down to Lehtinen, who has the finish goal. And played back in by Bouvet. Pilström. Some of it hit from Miro Aaltonen. Loose in the corner. Rantanen trying to dig that free for the Finns. And Now Rantanen back with it, centers it. Pilstrom in, shoots at the flex wide. Now centering pass, chopped down by Pilstrom. Ultima has it back and plays it ahead to Honka. Here's Honka got tied up. Now Ultima has it. And Ritz forces that free for the French. Honka got bumped. United. Couldn't clear it out. Hekafel back with it. And in comes Hekafel. Drops it back off. A chance for Claro. Save made by Korpisalo. And the rebound cleared away by Juha-Matti Aaltonen, but the Finnish net has come dislodged.
Damien Fleury has a great chance here off the rebound. It's a great save by Korpisalo, but it doesn't need to be. That's a sharp angle shot that he punts right into the middle of the ice. That rebound's got to be back in the corner. When I talked earlier about Korpisalo being a little sloppy at times, that's one of them. That's a save that he shouldn't have to make, but he ends up stretching out with the left leg and taking a goal away from Damien Fleury.
And the face-off will come outside. And all the way down outside the French blue line. Kemppainen had that draw kicked away. And Kemppainen back with it. Claro on him. And now played in by Jordan Perret. Big hit in the corner as Claro got slammed down. Fired in by Pierala. Juha-Matti Aaltonen got tied up there. Now moved ahead by Nicholas Ritz. Pierala slides it ahead, finds Aaltonen, back for Lehtinen, in, shoots, and Hardy got a piece of that. Mikko Lehtinen almost had his second goal tonight. Now Hardy makes a save on Hietinen and hangs on. 1-1 the score here in the second period of the World Hockey Championship.
Allez en région, on va lancer la roulette et après ça va être arrivé, on va vous faire un petit exemple de ce qu'il va faire.
Allez,
On y va, vous avez des petits cookies sur le smartphone, sur le slip, il faut faire la belle tête. On y va. J'ai peur de ce qu'on va nous demander de faire. Et ben c'est ça. Yes, c'est à votre tour. Les cadres sont dans l'aréna, je peux regarder tout de suite.
Allez, regardez, c'est pour vous, mesdemoiselles. Oh.
La langue.
Allez, oui.
Ta soeur l'a joué tout.
Attention, là c'est chaud.
Allez, les gars.
C'est
Yes.
nickel.
13.5 to go here in the second period. Mikko Lehtinen, who won a Swedish League Championship with HV 71 this year, joined them late in the year and won the Swedish title, has the goal for the Finns to pull even with the French here in the second.
To update something that's not happening, Puljujärvi is on the bench.
Yeah, he's dressed, but not playing.
They're just sitting there. Way down at the end of the bench next to the trainer, which is not a very good spot.
There he is. He's the extra forward and not in the mix right now.
Or last game either.
Lehtinen's long shot, that floats high and wide, and Lehtinen's accounted for the best scoring chances here in the period. The centering pass knocked away. And now brought out and ahead by Roussel. Round he goes for Bellemare. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare drops it off for Anthony Resch. Sends that back in front, swatted away by Korpisalo. Bellemare back with it, spins and shoots. His shot was blocked by Filppula. And Filppula now brings it out. In comes Filppula, along with Aho and Aaltonen. Fresh defenseman on the ice now. Ultima plays it across to Osala. Or Honka, rather. Honka falls, passing behind Filppula. Now Filppula looks around for Aho. Sebastian Aho. Honka now a long shot. Got through. Hardy made the stop. Wasn't even looking. Now the puck is free. Filppula shoots. Hardy makes the save. And now Filppula is going to get a roughing penalty as he spills Olivier Damalka.
Jamaki's looking to where the penalty is, and it's going to be Filppula right there for the right hand that hits Damalka in the face. Aaltonen in a battle in front of Damien, in front of Florian Hardy. So the Finns short-handed again. In a 1-1 game, the French get a power play here with 7.5 minutes left, or 7.5 minutes gone in this period.
France had 3 shots on its first power play. That face-off goes to the Finns, and they fire it down the ice. Hardy plays around, Besh into the forecheck. Now moved ahead to Resch, Anthony Resch. Plays it in, a quick shot there by Trail, stopped by Korpisalo, and the rebound cleared. Nicolas Besch plays it up for Sasha Trail. Now Billy Lyon moves it back down to the French zone. Kevin Hekefeld.
He's a forward until he was 24 years old. They moved him back to the blue line and built the rest of his career from the point.
Ovichu with a shot that was blocked as Atiotama got in the way. Now Hekefeld back with it. 45 seconds to go on the French power play. In comes Belmar. Ultima plays it around for Billy Lyonen. Now back up to center ice it goes, and Ovichu plays it across for Hekefeld. Ovichu in shoots. Korpisalo waved at that. And Billy Lyonen goes to clear it out to the point, but not out. In comes Fleury now, walks in, shoots. Korpisalo saved the bouncing puck, goes back to Fleury. Fleury leads it back to Hekefeld, back to Fleury. Time winding down in the power play. Fleury in. Trying to play that back. Osala pokes it ahead out of the box. Comes Filppula. An odd man rush now for the Finns. Filppula drops it back to Osala. Bouncing puck tipped wide there by Filppula. At the Ottoman in the forecheck for the Finns. Now Aho picks it up. Sebastian Aho loose, centers it. Oh, what a chance there for Aaltonen, and Hardy got a piece of that on the way by. France had 2 shots on goal in that power play. Now teed up by Lehtinen. But Mikko Lehtinen another drive. Knocked up on a play by the French netminder.
Here Aaltonen has a great chance here. It's good work on the boards by Ottoman Filppula to keep the puck alive to Sebastian Aho. And Aho quickly gets to the blocker side of the net and lays this out for Aaltonen. His shot is miscued and goes wide of the French goal.
Face-off will come outside. Filppula wins the draw back to Lehtinen. Lehtinen, by the way, was a member of the gold medal winning Finnish team in the 2014 World Junior Championship in Sweden. Rasmus Ristolainen scored the golden goal in that tournament as the Finns knocked off the Swedes in the gold medal game. Lead pass bounces away from Bouvet. And Corpusalo has to hang on to that. Bouvet was a late add to the French lineup.
7 goals in their 16 playoff games this year. The French left a couple of older players off. We've seen them, I guess, Gord, in some of the rosters of these teams in the tournament this year. They've started to turn over some players we're more familiar seeing. France has got 3 forwards that are under 22 years old. That's a lot for a smaller country to infuse into their lineup at once.
Bouvet won a French league title with Gap. Savanainen plays it down to Rantanen. Rantanen centers it. Here's Pilstrom back to Rantanen. Back at the point, Otama winds and shoots. That's blocked. And now racing ahead to try to pick it up is Clairot. He gets tangled up inside the Finnish zone with Otama. And now Honka has it back for the Finns. Honka backhands out ahead. Hexfeld was back for it. Steps into him. Kapainen now plays it around for Savanainen. Pass back at the point. Jaakkola shoots. That goes away wide. And Resch has it now ahead for Belmar. Weak wide pass. Roussel goes in on Honka. And Jaakkola looks ahead, finds Juha-Matti Aaltonen. Drops it back to Honka. Steps around Resch. Honka still on it. Centers it for Juha-Matti Aaltonen. Winds in deep, and a sharp angle shot taken there by Pierala. Stopped by Hardy. Belmar pulls it free. Now Obuchu has to go back as Aaltonen is watching him. Roussel knocked that centering pass away. And Pierala back on it now to the point to Lehtinen. Danny Lyonen gets knocked down. Now picked free in the centering pass, bounced away from Kapainen. And Timothy Costa brings it back for the French, and across the line he comes. The French are changing as DaCosta works in. Manalvian. Out to the finish line, Hietinen knocks it down. And Juuso Hietinen drops it back for Mikko Lehtinen. Lehtinen for Aho. That pass goes astray, and Lehtinen has to retreat to pick it up. Around Hietinen, up for Miro Aaltonen, had the wall sealed, but moved it up for Filppula. And now Miro Aaltonen steals it, brings it back in. Aaltonen in, shoots, and Hardy makes the save. TSN's cover to the 2017 World Hockey Championship returns to Paris in just a moment. Wigs and crazy sunglasses seem to be the costume of choice for Finnish fans. And they've been in evidence here in Paris. They do travel well, don't they?
They do. Just looking around, there's lots of white jerseys.
Population just over 5 million. The country that, to use your expression, punches above its weight, given its size. What a year last year. Won the under-18s, won the World Junior, got to the gold medal game of the World Championship before falling to Canada. Would have become the first country ever to win the under-18s, the junior, and the senior men's World Championship in the same year. 2 of the top 4 picks in last year's draft. They got another one for this year's draft. Miro Heiskanen is a top end defenseman that will likely go in the top 5. Aho feeds that back for Billy Lyonen and leave the zone. Yakla now for Aho. Sebastian Aho tried to wind in. He lost the puck to Bellemare. In with Roussel. Bellemare in, shoots, save made, rebound, score! Antoine Roussel taps it home, and France is back on top.
What a play by Bellemare just outside the blue line. He dangles the puck, keeps control, and then gets it over the line so no one's offside. And rifles a shot off of Korpisalo's shoulder that Antoine Roussel is able to dunk into the net. There's the steal by Bellemare, and now the attack through. Oh man, he puts his puck through Roussel's feet to himself so he can shoot it. Sebastian Aho gets his pocket picked. There's the play through Roussel's feet, Korpisalo's save. And Roussel gets inside of Topi Yakala for his first in the tournament. And the French have the lead back, 2-1.
À 33 minutes et 58 secondes de but pour l'équipe de France, marqué par le numéro 21.
So the French are back in the lead with under 6 to go here in the second period. And now Pilstrom brings it back out. That puck deflects into the Finnish bench with 5:44 to go.
Roussel's always in the mix somewhere, whether good or bad, he's there. In the first period, he went offside, and then about 2 seconds after the play, took a misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct and flipped the camera around because he didn't want any pictures taken. Well, now he's pumped. He's given France a 2-1 lead as he splits the defense off of an outstanding play by Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. His rebound energizes the building again.
Well, Bellemare has been quite something for the French the last few years in this tournament. They don't have a lot of NHL players, but Bellemare spent 7 years in Sweden before he was signed as a free agent by the Flyers.
One of the Flyers pro scouts who would have scouted Pierre-Edouard Bellemare is the late Ika Sinisalo, who passed away just this past year.
Sinisalo was a
what a gentleman, what a nice man.
Great gentleman and a really good player too. A long-time Finnish national.
He's 58 years old.
Back at the point is Honka. Gonna put himself off balance trying to get that shot away and never did. Poked around by Besh. Now Ultima waiting for it. And here's Pierala. Juha-Matti Aaltonen plays it across. Honka shoots it. Hardy got just a piece of that. It's strange, Ray. There hasn't really been a stretch in this game where you felt like the Finns have been in control of it, is there?
No, not at all. I've been really impressed, and I would say after watching
look out.
Train wreck behind the net.
Now Roussel's into it with Pierala. Pierala knocked Roussel into the net, but Roussel gets up and is hot. There's going to be penalties here.
I think they're both going to go. No, Gord, I was going to say, after doing the game last night, the Norway-France game, I didn't know that France would be able to kick their game up a couple of notches like they have here. Pierala's going to go. I'm almost certain Roussel is too, although he's pretending he doesn't have a penalty. They'll corral him and get him over here.
That's never worked.
Maybe they'll forget about him. He doesn't work too often. English, French, German, it doesn't matter. There's the same discussions after a penalty.
Team France, number 21, 2 minutes each for roughing.
Roussel didn't like the Pierala. It steered him into the net, and he got up and let him know about it. They'll both sit, and it's a 4-on-4 spot here for the next two.
U.S. up 6-2 on Denmark now in the second period in Cologne. Anders Lee has a pair of goals for the U.S. in that game as they bounce back from an opening game loss to Germany. So 4-on-4 here late in the second period. Lehtinen banks it in for Rantanen. Ekefan drops it back to Ovechkin. Center ice, Fleury chips out ahead. And brought back by Hietinen. In comes Hietinen now. Works it back, a backhand shot, kicked away by Hardy. Damien Fleury. Moves it back for Ekefan. It's like saying that. Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah. I would like if his defense partner was Florian Shakashvili.
Yes, he's a healthy scratch today.
But I think those two should play together on the linguistic all-star team.
You could throw in Subhadan Kovacevic for
Oh, he might be
Slovenia.
the captain, though. First and last name combination is really quite a handful.
The centering pass is picked off by Perret. Jordan Perret works it across the line. Topiakala steps into him. Back at the point, held by Besh. Besh winds and shoots. That was blocked in front. Savanainen walks in. Perret walks in, fires that wide of the goal.
Penalty coming up on Val Filppula here.
So now the French will go on the power play with 3:09 to go in the period.
Filppula gets caught on the wrong side of where the puck is coming. He's trying to get out of the zone for a stretch pass. Savanainen banks it off the boards, but Filppula wanders past Manavian. Bad penalty for him to take. It's a little bit of a nap mentally by Filppula to go past where the puck is. Now he's got to reach back. He takes the hooking penalty, and he got 18 seconds of 4-on-3 here. Belmar will take this draw. Very good on the draw. We know that from the NHL, but also in this tournament, he's taken over 30 faceoffs in a game and a half. If they can, they'll try and set this up to Fleury 9 for a quick one-timer if Belmar can win the draw.
And then Roussel can rejoin the attack. Fleury back to Ekefan. Ovechkin. Ekefan, Ovechkin winds and shoots. Korpisalo saved the puck. Free for a moment. Belmar couldn't reach it. Korpisalo has it.
That's about as perfect as you could get that set up there. Belmar having a chat with Juuso Hietinen in front of Korpisalo. Good puck movement. It's Ovechkin with the one-timer. Roussel will come out and join the power play in 6 seconds now.
Ovechkin throws that back in the corner. And Pierrella and Roussel are back on 5-on-4 now for just over a minute and a half. Belmar, a pass knocked down by Kemppainen, who sends it down the ice. What a chance for France here late in the second period to extend the lead. Ekefan drops it back for Ovechkin. Now Belmar with it, walks it across the line. Pierre-Edouard Belmar banks it back for Fleury. Back in the corner for Belmar. Ultima picked that off as Belmar fell and sends it down the ice. Lead pass goes to Fleury. In comes Fleury now. And Ultima sweeps that away, but not out. And it does skip over the stick of Nicholas Besh. Tony DaCosta. It across for Troy. That's knocked down and hacked down the ice by Osala.
Not much danger so far after that initial shot on the 4-on-3.
Fired in by Besh. Now Trail trying to dig it out. Let's move down the ice by Jani Laine. 20 seconds to go in this power play for France. Packed house here in Paris. Best crowd we've seen in this World Championship so far. Besh plays it back, the long shot, score! Jonathan Janil gets the shot away, deflected in front. Looks like Clairot got a piece, and France has a 2-goal lead.
Oh, this is shocking to me. Without Stefan DaCosta, who scored both of their goals yesterday, he's out with the flu. The home crowd gets to celebrate as Valentin Clairot is going to tip this puck in. Good work in the corners. France keeps the puck alive. Douay wins the battle in the corner. The puck comes all the way back to Janil at the point, and Clairot with the bunt out of the air. It actually hits Korpisalo in the hip, and France takes a 2-goal lead late in period 2.
Clairot is a native of Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, a French principality off the coast of Newfoundland.
I gotta say, when we did the World Tournament the first time and I heard that story, I did not know that was there. I didn't know it was a thing or a place. Or, no, I didn't know that.
So he grew up basically playing hockey in Newfoundland.
Well, I don't assume there's much option in his birthplace.
One of those odd geographic things. Savanainen now with it. Long shot goes wide. And how about this for France? That shooting goes off the stick over the glass, so a 3-1 lead. Clairot, the 26-year-old, plays in Finland for Lukko Rauma, which is in the second league in Finland.
What a thrill to score a goal at the World Championship, to score it in your home rink. And a 3-1 lead here. Shockingly, a late face-off. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare will be taking the draw deep in the French zone. His arms are going to need icing here after these back-to-back games.
And Ray, the point to be made is that for these French players, this will be a career highlight. To play in this tournament in front of the biggest crowds they'll play in front of in their home country.
This is great. I'm glad the game is like this today, because this will help energize belief and hope in what this team can be.
They always seem to find a way. They have not been relegated in the last 10 years. 0.4 seconds left now in the period.
If they can bring this in the last period, maybe Dave Henderson will smile. Smirk. Up 3-1, down 4-1, it's the same. Well, down 4-1, the tie gets a little bit askew.
Yeah. Dave Henderson and ties are not on the same page.
I think he and Bruce Boudreau knot their ties together.
It's amazing, though, Ray, how many Canadians over the years have found a hockey life off the beaten path in Europe.
35 years he's been here. In 21 years you mentioned earlier as a player. Now 13 years as the head coach here of the national team.
And so France, the goal from Valentin Clairot gives them a 2-goal lead heading to the third period. Our second intermission is coming up.
Et vous découvrez les statistiques de cette deuxième période avec 11 shots on goal contre 9 pour la France. Les face-off 11 gagnés contre 8 pour la Finlande. Et les minutes de fidélité, c'est adversaire 6 pour la Finlande et 2 pour la France.
C'est pour vous aider justement à marquer. On a ces deux unités d'avance. Et c'est une bonne chose en Allemagne. Un petit mot sur les Américains qui ont également accéléré avec 6-2 maintenant pour le face au Danemark, 6-2. Là aussi, on a mis la pression.
Allez, on part pour 15 minutes maintenant de pause. Ça va être une nouvelle surprise, à tout de suite.
Team France, number 21, 2 minutes each for roughing.
App Store and Google Play. Skoda, simply clever. Men need a real man's cream to prepare themselves. Nivea Men Cream. Super fast absorbing and non-greasy. Men, this is your cream. Nivea Men. It starts with you.
Elle vient de retour ici avec vous tous. Ça va être un petit peu le mot d'ordre d'ailleurs, parce qu'on est à nouveau avec Sandy décidé à faire du bruit. Sandy.
Absolument. On a commencé un challenge depuis 3 jours dès le premier jour. C'est de faire évidemment le plus de bruit possible dans cette arena. On a un véritable volumomètre, moi j'aime bien dire ça. On va le retrouver dans l'écran et on va essayer de péter le score qui est de 92. On l'a fait hier, Norvège-France. On a fait beaucoup de bruit et on a essayé de le faire encore de nouveau tous ensemble ce soir. Je le fais en anglais, comme ça, bien sûr.
Okay.
Guys, we're going to try to beat the record of the best noise. Yesterday was 92. I'm sure we can do much better all together. Finland fans and also French fans all together. Are you ready? Est-ce qu'on est prêt dans l'écran? Non, on va le mettre justement, c'est bon. On va y aller.
Et je crois qu'on est un petit peu plus nombreux qu'hier. On devrait faire passer ce record. Allez, on donne 2 essais, 3 essais grand maximum et on y va. Vous êtes prêts?
On est prêts? Allez,
tout le monde.
3, 2, 1, all together! do much better, okay?
Allez.
Allez, on va le refaire.
5
On va
personnes
le
de
refaire.
plus qui sont arrivés, des Finlandais qui sont arrivés ici.
Revenez, revenez, we're gonna make some
Oh,
noise, you guys.
make some noise with us.
Are
Make
you
some noise with us.
ready?
Come on, allez,
On a
attention,
count.
attention.
3, 2, 1,
2,
make some noise!
On est monté à 99.
En tout cas, voilà, du coup, on a le record ce soir entre cet après-midi Finlande-France. DJ, mets-nous un peu de watts. On va continuer à danser de nouveau tranquillement.
Génial, merci.
On est à 2 minutes 30 avant la reprise du match. 3-1 pour la France. Allez les bleus! Calme, un petit peu de tendresse avant la reprise de ce match.
On part en musique, on part en musique.
Allez,
Si
calme,
vous
s'il vous
êtes,
plaît, dans l'écran, on s'embrasse bien. Très bien.
si vous êtes à l'image,
Allez, check the victory, please now.
là, voilà, des bisous.
Hey, Joachim, thanks very much. Great work today, bud. And congratulations on Mora getting promoted. Florian Hardy, the 32-year-old goaltender for France, has turned in a save for the ages. And his team has capitalized. Antoine Roussel has a goal in the second period. Valentin Clairaut scored another. And France has a 3-1 lead on Finland after 40 minutes.
I was talking to the French commentators, including Philippe Ozon, the former NHLer, between periods, and I said, 20 minutes to go. And he said, well, really more than 20 minutes. I think they're a little nervous. They feel a little precarious here, but their lead, but they have played an outstanding first 2 periods in this hockey game. I've been really impressed.
And for Bozon, there's more at stake here than just a little national pride. He's really been an evangelist for the sport in this country. And one of the few NHL players to come from France, the first really. And he has worked so hard over the years to build awareness and work here to try to grow the game. And for him, this World Championship and for the French Hockey Association, this is a huge deal.
That's why this atmosphere in here, this result perhaps, is super important here to the French.
Big crowd here on election day in France. Now Bellemare picks it up. Bellemare drops it back for Ovechkin. In shoot, just missed high. Bellemare back with it. They have not let them pedal off the metal at all, have they?
No, they've been on this game since the very beginning. Been impressed with how they've forechecked, how they've hunted the puck down. Really just completely different from yesterday's game where they looked frozen for the first 45 minutes.
Now off the side of the goal, and Hardy to be quick to knock that away.
Now, of course, if they give up one here in the first 5 or 6 minutes, you're going to see if they can find the pedal after that.
Then it becomes, as the great Sir Alec Ferguson said, squeaky bum time.
Yes, it does.
One of the great expressions ever coined in sport.
It's the best. You can hear it 100 times and you laugh every time you hear it.
to Puljujärvi. He's moved to the middle now of the Finnish bench. I wonder if he get a shift here in the third period. That would be hard to ask a guy who sat for 2 periods.
Well, yeah, it is. It's even harder to make him sit there for 2 periods. I mean, it's not like the Finns are peppering the goal here with chances. I watched Puljujärvi when he came on the ice at the start of the third, and he spent more time and skated a little harder than everybody else on the ice, almost like he thinks he's going to get a chance to play here.
Rantanen to Pilstrup. Now Hietanen plays it back in the corner. Manavian lost the handle, picked up by Pilstrup. In shoots. Hardy made a stop again. He wasn't looking. It's twice. He's made a save looking the other way.
I don't know if that puck, first shot by Pilstrup hit the post or not, but he had no idea where it was after that. Hey, here comes Puljujärvi.
Well, he's up. Yes, Puljujärvi's going to get a shift here. His first shift in the World Championship comes in the 6th period in which he was dressed.
Okay, kid, go get us a tie. We're down 2.
Puljujärvi, the 4th overall pick in last summer's NHL draft. Split the year between Edmonton and their American League team in Bakersfield. And Puljujärvi with it. If he scores here, centers it, Pierrella. Knocked that wide, and Puljujärvi shoots, score! No, hit the goal post.
Okay, if he would have scored, if that was me, I would have gone right back to the bench and asked the coach, how's everything going for you right now? Like, that is amazing. Good for him.
You'd have handed him your stick.
25 seconds on the ice, he sets up a chance and hits the goal post, and the Finns have come out as we expected they would be pretty quick here in the third.
Hardy makes the save, another chance, and this time also turned away by Hardy. That's twice also has been robbed by Hardy. That's not quite the 10-bell save he made earlier, but pretty close.
After literally 5 periods of watching the game, Puljujärvi probably had an indication he was going to play from the way he warmed up at the start of the period. And he ends up with the puck on his stick almost immediately. He makes a nice rush outside of Dama Malka. And when he's got room to get to the front, he's going to get this rebound, and he rings this off the post to the left side of the net, behind the glove side of Florian Hardy. I would have been furious sitting over there. I can't imagine any player not just stewing, sitting on the bench, waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're like, well, wait a minute, just give me a chance here, just one shift. That's a good way to get a second one.
Ovachu fires that in.
It's not like Marjamäki has got a lot of support right now. He's under the gun a little bit.
Bad World Cup performance in his first time around as the Finnish national team coach. Outscored 9-1 in the World Cup, and it just never got going. Although player selection wasn't necessarily a question for the Finns, they just didn't play very well. There were a couple players left off that raised some eyebrows, but nothing major. Now Filppula back with it.
Which didn't help his case when he was coaching the team and they score 1 goal.
Yeah. They're not shy to make changes in Europe. They'll
at the coaching position.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in UFA for the World Junior, they had, that year, I believe in December, they had changed half the coaches in the league by that time.
Exactly. Half the coaches in the league had been fired by Christmas. And the knockdown.
It's been an excellent 4 minutes for Finland here as they've tipped the ice deep into the French zone. There is Lauri Marjamäki, 39 years old.
The head coach of the Finnish team in the 2011 World Junior Championship in Buffalo. Assistant coach in Sochi. Back to the point. Honka's shot was blocked.
The one thing we've seen over and over and over again is you have to make plays when you have the lead. You can't just chip the puck out to center ice. It never works.
We've seen leads disappear here. Switzerland the other night had a 4-0 lead on Slovenia. Wound up in a shootout, which they won. The Finns had a 2-0 lead on Belarus. Had to score a late power play goal to win that game in their opener. Puljujärvi's back out. He's playing with Jonas Kemppainen and Mika Pierala.
He's taken the place of Altama. Altonen on that line, Juha-Matti Altonen.
Sasha Trail knocks it ahead for Teddy DaCosta. DaCosta pulls it back at the point. And Malcolm makes the shot, takes the shot rather. Korpisalo makes the save. The puck bounces around for a moment. He hangs on.
A bit of a scrambling play there. Nice play in the offensive zone by DaCosta to get the puck to Malka. Trieu battling for position, and it's Fleury with the next chance as Korpisalo's fishing around for the rebound. He battles for it, and eventually he's going to get a glove on top of it.
Off the draw, Perret with a quick shot. That goes wide, Pierala racing for it. He's got Puljujärvi ahead and hits him with a pass. In comes Puljujärvi. Drops it back, and they come. Kemppainen turned away by Hardy. Two shifts, two scoring chances created by Puljujärvi. Now a long shot goes wide off the end boards, bouncing back in front. Puljujärvi a backhand shot, and Hardy makes the save.
He's made quite an impact in his first couple of shifts here. Pierala's going to find him up the wing, and Puljujärvi looks like he's going to drive the net, but he goes back across the seam to Kemppainen. Kemppainen turned aside by Hardy. A really nice play by Jesse Puljujärvi. I thought he might drive it to the net. He had a little bit of a lane there, but he put it on the tee for Kemppainen. And conveniently for France, Florian Hardy has a little bit of an equipment problem, so he'll take his time to slow things down here again.
Puljujärvi was the MVP of the 2016 World Junior Championship. He scored 17 points in 7 games for the Finns.
Had 12 goals in 39 games in the American League after he was sent down, and there can be no panic. He's an excellent prospect. He's a very, very good young player, and patience is the way to go with a young player like Puljujärvi.
Shots are 7-2 Finns here in the third period. As that drive from Jetten is turned away by Hardy.
Where the French were on top of the puck in most cases in the first 2 periods, not so much here in the first 5 minutes. Finland kicked it up a little bit. The French now are seemingly a little nervous with the lead. They chip the puck to center. They don't make any plays with it. That's going to be a key component here.
Oh, centering pass. This is Jani Lainen. And here's Don Malka with it.
Even a play like that, Gord, it's a 10-foot pass down. Malka misses the pass. Now it's right back in the French half of the ice. So out of a play with total possession,
now you ice it. Now
you ice the puck. You can't change. And Dave Henderson can only shake his head.
He always looks like he just ate somebody who disagrees with him.
That what he just ate was a bad breakout pass. That'll give you indigestion.
And by the way, he's a great guy. Like, he's a terrific to talk to, terrific person.
Just wants to win, wants to compete.
Every year he makes a tour through the NHL to visit France's NHL players. He'll go to Philadelphia, see Bellemare, Dallas, see Roussel, Ovichu in New Jersey this year. As that shot by Hunka deflects down in front, as Altonen got a stick on that. Wants to touch base with them, make sure they understand that they're wanted and needed. As Roussel brings it ahead. Roussel drops it off. In comes Resch with a quick chance, and that's turned away by Korpisalo.
Quick deliver by Anthony Resch. He's got a couple assists here this afternoon. He's on that line with Bellemare and Roussel. Who are really the group that's going to generate the most for the French, in particular without Stefan DaCosta in the lineup. He's got the flu today.
Yeah. France is back in action next against Switzerland on Tuesday.
Today's Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Last I checked.
Oh, what a play by Grant.
Little cold shoulder there on Billy Lainen. Now Lyonen up to Rantanen. Rink wide he goes. Walking in, that shot fired wide by Savanainen.
While the Finns have had 4 really great chances here. Hardy's made a couple of stops, but they've misfired on 2, and Puljujärvi hit a goal post as well.
Manavian up ahead to Beauvais. And now Perret picks it up. Hietanen up to Kemppainen for Pierala. Puljujärvi back out there as well. Manavian squeeze that by Puljujärvi, now back down to the finish line.
So now it's a 3-line game for the Finns, and the guy that didn't play in the first 5 periods is one of the 9 forwards.
And he comes, shoots, and Hardy got just a piece of that. Puljujärvi back on it. Muscles Manavian off the puck.
See that little puck battle that he lost to Manavian and then in the corner? In 2 years, Puljujärvi's going to have about 15 pounds on him, and he's not going to lose that battle. He's such a big kid, but he's boy strong, not man strong yet. Just 19 today, 19 years old.
What'd you weigh when you were 19? 160,
165 maybe. Finished my career at 190.
Ultima with it now.
He's 205. He'll be 215 or 20 easily.
Now Malcolm can't clear it out. A quick shot taken there by Jani Lyonen. And a Kainen. There's the back for Honky. He shot it wide. Now the Finns can't hold it. 12 to go in the 3rd period. Jani Lyonen feeds it ahead. Hannakainen in. And Jadil rode him off the puck. Good defensive play there by Jonathan Jadil. Hannakainen, end of a long shift for him. Banks it back, Finley line in the shot that deflects over the glass and out. 11:40 to go in the 3rd period. France up by 2 on Finland.
Simply clever.
3-1, France leads Finland here in the 3rd period on day 3 of the World Hockey Championship. And the French try to nurse this thing home, which is always a dangerous thing. It's human nature, but
it is, but it is also never successful. Or if it is successful, it's almost by accident.
So through 40 minutes, Ray, the French were on every puck. They were aggressive. There was rarely a point where the Finns were dominating. Now, obviously, the Finns are pushing back harder, but here's a chance now for Roussel busting in. Antoine Roussel on the break. In scores! Just like that.
That's how you quiet the comeback. Antoine Roussel is going to jump on the loose puck. A nice play by Anthony Reck to get to the loose puck. Right here, watch Reck chip it over top of the defenseman's stick. Lyonen is reaching in for the puck, and Anthony Reck is going to get off to the lost draw quickest. Beautiful deke by Antoine Roussel. He's got a pair, and it's 4-1.
There was a penalty coming, Ray. It likely would have been a penalty shot, but Roussel doesn't need one. How about that? And the Roussel chant goes out.
I would actually rather not have the penalty shot. I want somebody chasing me. I want the pace fast so the goalie can't react as quickly. In the penalty shot, he gets to start and rejig his positioning there. Korpisalo's got to try to match the speed to Roussel. He got opened up in a beautiful deke. A second goal for Roussel to go with a goofy 10-minute misconduct in the first period, and France now has a little bit more comfortable 4-1 lead.
Anthony Reck with 3 assists in the game. Roussel, they chip it by.
You can see how quick he is too. Once he got out there, he's going at high speed.
Well, you can tell with these teams, Ray, the lower rated teams, their NHL players really stand out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Stronger, more agile, better puck control.
A little calmer. Rantanen plays it ahead now.
I mean, you look at it, Bellemare is a penalty killer. He's a fourth-line player, and for France, he's their top center.
Right. Douay with it now. And from a sharp angle, goes off a stick, up and out of play. It underlines the point, Ray, that a guy like Roussel, when the French can get him, makes all the difference in the world.
The shot from Bellemare is stopped by Korpisalo, and Roussel puts it away. That's in the second period. Now he's off to the races. Nobody catches him. And the backhand deke gets everyone on their feet for a 4-1 French lead.
Keller, by the way, has a hat trick in Cologne. The U.S. with a 7-2 lead on Denmark. And now Puljujärvi brings it back in. Kemppainen. Now if you're the Finns, you barely beat Belarus. You're down 4-1 to France. Your toughest game is still ahead. Next up, they got the Czechs. Close the round robin against Canada a week from Tuesday.
I mean, it was pretty easy to see when you saw the roster for the Finns that they weren't going to be anywhere near the team that they were last year, where Mikko Koivu and Granlund and Laine were able to lead their team offensively. Defensively, they were just so good.
Laine plays it across. Yakalo on shot, and Hardy will hang on to that. Lasse Kukkonen, the Finnish captain, was injured in their opener against Belarus. He's not playing this afternoon. But for the French, a 4-1 lead minus Stefan Da Costa, a former NHL player who scored both their goals in their loss last night to Norway.
The crazy part is, assuming they can hang on here for 9.5 minutes, had they gotten anything out of a game that they felt probably going into the tournament that they would have a chance to win, they would be in.
A chance bouncing in front of Danny Laine got that shot away.
They would be past your magic number of 4.
Right. Now they got to be thinking about if they can hold on to win this, maybe a quarterfinal spot.
Absolutely, it changes the whole complexion of what their tournament might look like.
Big pass to Hannikainen, works in, Hannikainen in, shoots, and Hardy gets a blocker on that.
He's been excellent.
Superlative.
Excellent today.
Really good.
You think it gives them anything to think about between Cristobal Huet
and... wondering, and Huet's had some injury problems late in the year. Not dressed for the game today.
Who would have thought the younger of the goalies, the 32-year-old?
Yeah, the kid. Now rolls down, Hardy pounces on that.
Tell me, I'm liking Jonathan Janil's game today. You see him on the back of Mikko Rantanen in front of the net. He has been physical. He's been a real hard defender for the French. This is his 37th World Championship game. He's not going to give you much offense, but he'll defend Florian Hardy's blue paint.
Filppula back out there with Rantanen and Aho, the forward line. This is Rantanen taking the place of Mikko Aaltonen. Miro Aaltonen, rather.
This game was 1-1 And Sebastian Aho got stripped of the puck in the middle of the ice by Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. And since then, France has scored 3 straight, but it's not been easy here at the start of the third period.
And what really looms large, Ray, as Hietanen works in, was the Filppula penalty. Late in the second period, Filppula took a penalty at center ice. French convert in the power play, take that 2-goal lead. Now Hietanen shoots, Hardy makes the save. Long shot by Lettman, who's got the only finished goal. That's deflected away, Hekefeld back with it. Evan Hekefeld gains center ice and fires that down. Here's Honka, Julius Honka. Bounces that down. Hardy had to be careful with that as he blockered that to the corner. Bellemare taken down in the corner. Savanainen. Knocked around there. Loose puck picked up by Bash. Bouncing puck to Roussel. He had Rush working with him. Now Rush got a stick on Honka, but Honka reverses his tracks. And away comes Honka across the line. Julius Honka works in, winds and shoots. A penalty coming now to France. It'll be a tripping call, I believe, on Roussel. And so Antoine Roussel goes to the box, and the Finns will go to the power play with 7:01 to go here in the third.
Allez, on en profite pour vous dire que nous avons battu le record ici à l'Arena. C'est présenté par un des partenaires officiels, Eventim.
Qui est le partenaire officiel de la billetterie ici, qui connaît forcément donc le nombre que vous êtes, et vous êtes justement aujourd'hui 11 433. Record d'affluence.
Et alors, si on se lance une petite tola, alors, on lance la roulette ici.
La voilà est prête, elle est là, parti, vous y allez, attention.
On y va. Allez, fort.
Et on la fait tourner encore.
Didier, plus fort. C'était à 4 secondes tout à l'heure. Lâche pas du tout. On encourage l'équipe de France. Il gagne 4 pour la Finlande. Et très belle cette eau-là. Plus de 6 personnes.
Does Finland have an answer here? A power play with 7 to go in the third period, down by 3. As Roussel goes off for the trip.
I'm only going to beat the drum one more time here, the Jesse Puljujärvi drum, about where the heck has he been for 2 games. So now they got a power play and he's on the power play. Hey, there's an idea. Not the answer to everything, but you've got 1 goal in the last 5 periods.
Valtteri Filppula slides that down to Pierala, back for Filppula. Filppula works in and sets it up. Welcome those of you who are watching the Germany-US or the Denmark-USA game here in Paris. Your eyes do not deceive you. 4-1, France with the lead. Antoine Roussel has a pair of goals in the penalty box now as Finland's on the power play. Jesse Puljujärvi, the Edmonton Oilers' 4th overall pick from last summer's draft, sat for the first 5 periods of the tournament, dressed but did not play. Finally gets shifts here in the third period. He's on the power play now. But France offering a remarkable story 24 hours after losing to Norway here in Paris. Puljujärvi a shot, knocked away by Hardy. France has never beaten Finland at the World Championship. In fact, it only scored more than one goal against them once in 8 tries. Honka drive, and Hardy makes the save. And another part of the equation, Florian Hardy has been terrific in goal for the French, including a highlight reel save at the end of the first period.
That save will be the save of the tournament whenever we get through the 60-plus games of this tournament. Hardy starting in place of Cristobal Huet, who played last night in the 3-2 loss to Norway, has been outstanding. Savanainen on the ice had a power play goal, the game winner in the first game against Belarus.
If the Finns can score here on the power play, though, a chance to apply the pressure down the stretch in the third. Hietanen feeds across to Ville Laine. Slaps it down to Aho. Ville Laine back to Aho. To the goal line he goes for Brandt, and a centering pass, and Savanainen couldn't touch it. 35 seconds to go on the Roussel penalty. Rantanen feeds that across to Savanainen. Banks it around for Aho. 20 seconds to go in the Finnish power play. Aho drops it down to Rantanen. Back for Aho, and now Korpisalo goes to the Finnish bench for the extra skater. And Rantanen takes a shot. Broken stick. Rebound put wide by Rantanen. Now another chance, and Hardy comes across again. Roussel steps back on. And Billy Wyatt with a shot knocked away by Hardy. Also in shoots, saved by Hardy. Another chance for Rantanen. Finnish net is empty, inside 5 to go in the third period. Another chance there for Billy Wyatt, and that goes wide. Woof. French crowd urging this team on. Les Bleus. In comes Filppula. Valtteri Filppula trying to move that back in front. And Nicholas Besch stayed with him step for step. Filppula for Osula in. Hardy makes a save. The rebound cleared away.
Broken stick that's been in the way about 3 times. It broke up that last Finnish rush.
Now Bouvet tries to shoot at the empty net. That was blocked. And Puljujärvi has it back. He's double shifting here in the third period.
Fresh.
Drops it off for Savanainen. Lehtinen. Long shot. That deflects wide. And now Besch shoots at the empty net and misses. Icing call against the French. They do have a timeout if they need it.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. You're up 3 goals. Keep shooting it at the empty net. The worst you're going to get is an icing call. Here's the broken stick by Honka. The puck deflects twice. And then Rantanen has the open side. He ends up missing the wide open cage. We'll get a great look at it here. He whiffs it just wide of the net. He's got the Florian Hardy down, and he ends up just miscuing this.
Team France timeout.
French call timeout with 3.5 to go here in the third period. And Finland works on a 3-point play.
This is going to be a tough diagram here. Too slow, too conservative in the first 40 minutes of the game, but I never think it's just one thing. It's always a combination. The French were more aggressive. They controlled the pace of the play. They were physical. They pushed back against a Finnish team that generally that is one of their strengths. And the Finns just didn't seem to have an answer for it. The third period, they've carried the entire period except for one miscue that led to the breakaway goal by Antoine Roussel. The Finns have hit a post, Puljujärvi. They've been stopped a couple of times by Florian Hardy. Now they got 3.5 minutes to see what they can do here. And they get one to make it a little more cramped.
Aho sends it back across to Puljujärvi. By the way, if France wins this game, will stay for the national anthem, which should be quite a scene as Perret plays it up. The Finnish net is still empty. Perret backhands it in from across center ice. And Douay goes for it. Aho. Forced there by Belmar. See lots of Belmar down the stretch here. Pierrella lifts it down. Back goes Roussel for it. Yettinen in the corner for Pierrella. Filppula back for Aho. Down low, Rantanen centers it. Puljujärvi with a shot that's blocked. A rebound. It's backhanded wide. Yettinen. Rantanen. Now banked down the ice as Aho goes back. Icing waved off.
Really sure why that was waved off.
Still to come here tonight. Norway will take on Switzerland. In Cologne, it'll be Latvia and Slovakia, but a major upset looming here on day 3 of the World Hockey Championship. Now towards the empty net, they score! Fleury pokes it home, and France has a 5-1 lead.
Almost good enough for Dave Henderson to smile behind the bench. A 5-1 lead. A performance that bears no resemblance to their game of last night, the 3-2 loss to Norway. Fleury digs the puck out of the pile and chips it into the empty net. And on election day in France, the decision is in. The French will have their first win of the 2017 World Championship.
And the pressure on Coach Lauri Mariamaki just builds now. Already under fire after the World Cup last fall. Yanni Laine with it. Under 2 to go here in the third period. France was 0-8 against the Finns at the World Championship prior to today. At the point, Hannakainen. Back for Jokela, that drifts wide. And back down to the finish zone was Korpisalo is back in the net.
Hey, here we go. Fans jumping up and down.
We feel the building shake.
It's awesome. It's always one of the most fun parts of the World Championship tournament to me is watching the fans get involved here.
Now walking in is Roussel, plays it across, and that's flipped wide. Another chance for Roussel in front. A great chance there for Meunier, and Korpisalo keeps it out. Scene here in Paris. Left it in long shot. Hardy makes a stop on that. Rantanen shoots. Hardy another save and 2 good stops by Hardy. As an exclamation point on this.
Meunier missed the 2-on-1 and Roussel has a chance for the hat trick, but Korpisalo twice turns him aside.
With it now. Drop back. And Perret still with it. What a win for France. They beat Finland for the first time at the World Championship in their nation's history.
You think this means anything to the French? Look at this. What a game by Fleury and Hardy. Faced 43 finish shots, 20 of them in the third period. Gave up just the 1 goal a minute and a half into the second period.
And Finland goes to 1-1 at the World Championship. But the French have 3 points that they likely didn't expect.
Mesdames et messieurs, les meilleurs joueurs du match seront récompensés par la montre officielle du tournoi remise par Tissot, chronométreur officiel du championnat du monde IIHF 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, the best player of each will team will be awarded with the official watch of the event given by Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2017 IIHF World Championship. Les montres seront remises par the watches will be given by Mr. Jukka Taivakka, Vice President of the Finnish.
The fans are casting their vote. They want Hardy to be the player of the game for France.
President of the French Federation.
It'll be tough to overtake Roussel. What do you think? Well, it's always a crapshoot getting the player of the game.
le meilleur joueur de l'équipe de Finland, the best player of Team Finland, le numéro 4, number 4, Mikko Leittonen.
These Player of the Game awards, by the way, are selected by the teams. So the Finns select Leittonen. And who will it be for France? Luc Tardif, the president of the federation, will hand out the prize.
L'équipe de France, the best player of Team France, le numéro 41, number 41, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
Bellemare gets it.
Well, he doesn't want to go. Just look at him. He's telling Florian Hardy, you go. Look at them. That was awesome.
I'll bet you Hardy gets that watch.
Look at him. Good for him.
Tardif, the president, says, come on over.
Good for him. He's learned a lot about Bellemare right there. What a terrific gesture, and it's the right one. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare rejects the player of the game. I've never seen that before.
The French anthem, La Marseillaise.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de la France. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of France.
celebration for France as they defeat Finland. 5-1 is the final score. Now joined by Antoine Roussel. Look at the crowd. They are on their feet right now. An incredible performance by you guys. But going into this, you were the underdogs. Finland was the upper hand on this one. So how does it feel to get the victory?
Oh, it's huge for us. I think with the loss we had last night, it was really awful, and all the guys were sucking it up, and we came in today with 1 goal winning, and we got the early leads, and that was good for us.
This is your 5th World Championship, and yet the first time that you've had the opportunity to play here in France. What was the emotions that you were going through when you scored those 2 goals today in front of all of your fans?
I think that was huge. That was awesome. First off, our goalie played a huge game, keep us in the game, and everybody got to believe we could do it. And we had a couple killer goals, and that was it. So that was awesome. The crowd was awesome.
You mentioned your goalie, Hardy. How much confidence does that give you guys when he has a performance like that, turning aside 42 shots?
Well, you know, it's not his first rodeo, that guy. He beat Russia 1 year, and he came in huge for us today too. So it's nothing not expected from him.
So how do you guys keep this momentum rolling now?
Rest. We need some rest.
Congratulations. Thanks
very much. You have a good night.
you know the conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the exam. The responsibility of being my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. This is not just a sport. This is who I am.